Hey guys, welcome to episode 12 of the first season here at FC Köln. This will be the last episode of the season and might be the most nail-biting of the season as well. European football is just a few games away, potentially, depending on today's results. We have 3 games to go in the league season. We are 4 points behind Werder Bremen, who we play on the final day of the league season. Borussia Mönchengladbach are in faltering form in 5th, despite having a game in hand, so there's the potential we could yet finish above them as well. Dortmund and Bayern are still going head-to-head for the title. As you can see there, there's just 2 points between them. They only have 2 games to go in the league season. We've Leverkusen away, Frankfurt at home, and Werder Bremen away, all of which are in and around us in the league table. Leverkusen 4th, Frankfurt 8th, Werder Bremen 6th, ourselves 7th. No idea what's going to happen between now and the end of the season. None whatsoever. One thing that we have been able to do via the youth programme that I did in between episodes 11 and 12 is sign a young forward player that actually is dirt and no good whatsoever. So I won't be keeping him. I'm actually going to be releasing him immediately. I hired the kid just so I could get that accomplishment done. It's Niels Schaefer, 65 to 85 potential, and yeah, he's not going to be any good. So I'm just going to release him. I have signed Yannick Diekman. He's down as a right back, but certainly would look better as a centre back with 6'4" being his height and not being that pacey, but fairly strong at just 15 years of age. I'm intrigued to see where he goes. Van der Linden is now 60 rated, with obviously training. De Witt still 58. No growth from him, but he is only 14, so maybe we shouldn't expect too much too soon. Louis Schwartz is up to 62 now. He looks like he's going to probably max out around about the mid-80s. Bachmann is 59. Justus Brandt is 61 at 14 years of age. He certainly is going to be another top quality player. But we'll wait and see how they grow over the course of the next few seasons. I don't know whether the dynamic potential actually affects them. I don't think it does, as they're the youth players, not playing every week in the first team. But we're going to start by going to this press conference at the beginning of the episode. And morale could play a massive factor in how we end the season. Leverkusen, well, all 3 games are against teams that on paper are better than us. But the form we're in is better than the majority of them. So I'm going to say a close call is a learning opportunity with regards to the previous game. We did just scrape past in the previous game. With the curtain about to fall this Bundesliga season, your team has managed to stay clear of the bottom of the table. Can your team see it through to the end? Of course we will. We'll easily handle the pressure. There's no problems with that. We're already definitely staying up. Last time the match ended in a 1-1 draw. This showed how similar the two sides are in terms of skill. Will FC Köln be able to prove themselves the winner this time? We'll have to play and see. I don't see why that is a negative way to look at it. We'll do our best, or we're clearly going to win. I'll say we'll do our best, because I can't guarantee that we're going to win. But if we are able to keep our winning run going, then we could genuinely have European football next season. But it is going to be right down to the wire. Wish me luck. Kevin Volland has 5 goals in his last 3 games. That worries me significantly. He's going to be their main danger man, but Leverkusen are so strong that they've multiple danger men. Obviously, Kai Havertz is going to be a big threat as well. Julian Brandt now isn't there, of course, at Dortmund this season. And we'll look to see who else is in their starting line. It looks like Nacho Fernandez is in there as well. Stefan Savic there, shaking hands there. The number 13, it is Nacho Fernandez, you can tell there. Kai Havertz, Demirbay, some shorter players. Obviously Leon Bailey there at the back as well. And then the main man, Kevin Volland, following everybody else up. This is their full starting lineup. Kradetsky in goal. Fernandez, Savic and Dragovic is a back 3. Diaby, Aranguiz, Demirbay and Havertz, with Bailey and Melendo either side of Kevin Volland as the main striker. 3-4-2-1. But we've no idea how they're actually going to play in-game, other than very well. Volland to Diaby. Starting inside. Ball into Bailey. Lifted, looking for Volland. Anton heads away. I'm going to have to be at my absolute pinnacle of concentration and ability in this game. If we're to, in these 3 games, if we're to reach our ultimate goal of European football, just trying to track the run of Volland there, but Demirbay going on a run of his own! Was it Demirbay or was it Kai Havertz? I'm not sure. No, it's Kevin Volland, 31. I thought it was Volland that was running through. Turns on it well. Oh no, it must have been number 20. I'm not sure who their number 20 is. 31 is definitely Kevin Volland. And that is a strike from the German. Make that 6 goals in his last 4 games. There was no keeping that out. Wowzers. They mean business, don't they? Diaby. Down the line nicely to Leon Bailey. Cross could come in. It does. And away by Anton. With the way this game has started, I'd be delighted with anything other than defeat in this game. Just a point would be absolutely superb. We have to hope that other results go our way, obviously, for us to stand a chance on the final day. But that is a distinct possibility with the way that fixtures have been going. At one point, we were 13 points away from the top 6. Now it's just 4 in the space of 2 or 3 episodes. So we have to believe. We have to believe. Having won 7 of our last 8, I believe, as well. We're one of the best form sides in the division, but Leverkusen, obviously, as we've seen so far, are absolutely brilliant and continuing to show that in the opening stages of this game. And I am pinned in my own box. Don't let Volland on his left foot again, that's for sure. Demirbay turns straight into Florian Kainz and we can break away. Now, can we go on an actual proper breakaway? Doesn't look like it. Kai Havertz is tracking that run of Florian Kainz really nicely. He was who I wanted to go to, but Skiri could lift this for Rafael Leao, who's in the box and turns well. Leao! We're level! Leao to Schaub! 1-1. Full disclosure, that was a shot from Rafael Leao that ended up at Schaub's feet. I don't really know how that's happened. Great touch inside here, and that was a shot. It must have just come off the defender's leg there. But it's ended up at Schaub. We'll end up with Schaub, and he's turned it home. Kai Havertz can only turn and watch it cross the line. We are level. But whether we deserve it or not is a different matter. Nice tackle by Skiri. They've had more of the ball, as you can see, or could have seen, in the top left-hand corner. But we've been able to drag ourselves level with our first chance of the game. If we can keep that level of clinical finishing up, then we might well cause Leverkusen some more problems between now and the end of the game. Verstraete somehow come away with that physical encounter with the ball. Get that across here to Skiri. Back to Verstraete. And out on the right-hand side was Schindler, but really well intercepted. It looks like then we will be going in at half-time at 1-1 unless we've won that back. We can do something else. No, Aaron Geese again getting a foot in. What a player. He's proving to be in the midfield, running things for Leverkusen. But despite all of their pressure and all of the running of things that they've done, they do not have themselves a lead in this fixture. 1-1 at the break. Diaby back there to Demirbay. Still going, Demirbay. Taking the horn with a relatively comfortable save in the end, but that certainly was nervier than it needed be. Schindler inside to Verstraete. Just looking at the stamina of some of their players, and they are quite tired. That might pay towards the end of the game. Schaub plays a lovely ball to Rafael Leao, whose first touch is brilliant, and he finishes superbly. It might be happening. Is it falling into place for FC Köln? I don't really know how we're doing this, but our season at the halfway stage, we're pretty much over. A disappointing January transfer window, other than the signing of Rafael Leao on loan. This man, he single-handedly turned our year around. That might be, I'm going to say this probably numerous times throughout the course of this episode, that might be the biggest moment of our season so far. 2-1 Köln. Hounded by Ehizibwe, who eventually comes out on top in the battle of the 219s. Schaub will get that into Kainz, and Florian Kainz sets to Rafael Leao in behind. Dragovic here, I'm going to need to get back on his right foot. Oh my God. What a man Rafael Leao is. Will AC Milan be willing to let him go after this loan spell? I hope so. I'd love to be taking him off their hands next season on a permanent transfer. Rafael Leao has been superb for us since coming in. He has his second and our third, and despite the incredible start that Leverkusen made to this game, with 2 goals in 5 minutes, we've turned it right around. 3-1 we lead on their patch too. Oh, destroyed. Kai Havertz has just sent Florian Kainz to the shop for milk. Dragovic into Demirbay. Leverkusen do have the quality to get themselves back in this, and that's why we still can't afford to switch off. Diaby back to Nacho. Bailey to Diaby again. Oh, through the gap there to Leon Bailey. Wasn't expecting that ball. Bailey into the middle. Vollen flicks it on, and it's 3-2. This is intense. Leverkusen 2, Köln 3. Kevin Volland with his second of the game. Anything that Rafael Leao can do, he can do just as well. 20 minutes to hold on to our lead. Around the corner to the Leao. Could go for a 1-2 with Schall, but Schall runs straight into the defender. Bailey didn't quite get that under control as well as he'd hoped. Kevin Volland over the top, and Ahizibwe cuts it out. Just lift this. Get it to Schindler. Really heavy touch with the chest, but we've gotten it down. Run, Rafael. No. Oh, the ball wasn't meant to go there, but somehow Florian Kainz has recovered it. Lovely turn by Leao. Schaub in behind. Stefan Savic with me. Schaub is left-footed and he's taken on his left and he's scored. It's 4-2. We've not scored 4 goals all season long in a single game. Talk about coming up big when you need it. Oh my lord. I can't explain to you where this performance has come from. It's just as equally bad defensively from Leverkusen as it is impressive from us offensively. His 5th goal of the season, Schaub. A brace for him and Leao. Volland also has the 2 for Leverkusen as well. And this game surely, even with just 10 minutes left, isn't over yet. Diaby over the top and away. Kainz spins well. This result basically is showing you, or this run of results that we've been on, shows the power of the morale system in career mode. Because obviously, I wasn't going to many pre- and post-match press conferences in the beginning of the season because of the issues that the game was having on PC of crashing occasionally, and I didn't want to lose my progress. That issue's been addressed. Oh, Melendo has a 3rd for Leverkusen right at the death. That issue's been addressed, and since we've started to go to regular pre- and post-match press conferences and improve our players' stats with the high morale we've had, the results have taken a drastic turn. It's a 4-3 win against Leverkusen in their ends. Unbelievable game of football. This is going to be a really intense end to the season here. We will go to the post-match press conferences. Post-match press conference, we only had... Again, though, despite the increased stats and increased performances, I'm still not keeping possession very well. Every single game, we are on the back foot. But somehow we're coming away with these wins. Every single shot we had in that game, we scored. I'm having to be that clinical to ensure that we get the results here. FC Köln 4, Leverkusen 3. How come you decided not to give Schmitz another chance to start? We're really talking about that? I put the team first, is what I'll say. FC Köln unbeaten so far in the Bundesliga, competent to keep the streak rolling. We have what it takes, is what we'll say there. Obviously, we want to keep the run going to ensure we have the best possible chance of finishing top 6. With 2 goals to secure a win, Schaub was the hero today. Any thoughts? An overall great performance. An impressive performance from Schaub is what we'll say as well, even though obviously Rafael Leao played just as big a part in that victory. But morale is still super high, understandably. And we are within a point of Werder Bremen, although they do have that game in hand still. Coxiello's now 78 rated, so he's growing really nicely. Van der Linden and Kral both growing well as well. Hoping that one or either of those two will either help us raise some extra funds later in the season, later in the save, sorry, or will become eventually our starting player. Schaub said a from Man United that will turn down. Right, Frankfurt next. Werder Bremen have won their game and offer for Chicos next. I will negotiate again. We tried to negotiate a little bit. Obviously, the money will come in at the beginning of next season. We tried to negotiate previously for Chicos, and the team we were negotiating with seems rather reluctant to come much higher than where they already were. 5.5 plus 2% sell-on clause. Again, I'm going to drop rather largely. They seem to not really want to be negotiating too much further. Will you give me 5.8? Yes, they will. Thank you, Quique Sanchez-Flores. Watford might well be signing Rafael Chicos from us at the beginning of next season. Cordoba wants to play. It's not all about you, my man. Sorry, John. But I think you'll find a certain Rafael Leao is earning his start right now. Although his morale is still level. Schaub, obviously, as you can see, flying morale-wise, and his stats are going up accordingly. Although his finishing's still only 73. It's mainly his physicals that have taken the boost. Schindler, again, mainly physicals that have taken the boost for the players. Not technical stats for Strata. It's just dribbling and ball control that's gone up on everyone. It's mainly their physical stats that have improved. Perhaps I'll give that feedback to Pfeiffer, the guy that makes the mod, because I'm not sure whether it should just be the same 2 attributes on every single player that go up. It should be more widely spread than that. But regardless, we can give that feedback to him, and we can hopefully get something against Frankfurt here. Now this is even bigger than the one against Leverkusen, because if Frankfurt beat us because of our goal difference, they will go above us and add an extra hurdle in getting into that top 6. Werder Bremen won on their match day 32 by 3-2 against Wolfsburg. So they're playing teams that are up and around us as well. Werder Bremen have Mainz, who are down in 13th on, although they are away, on match day 33. Who do Mönchengladbach have? Mönchengladbach have Paderborn and then Leverkusen, both within 3 days of each other, as you can see there. I might be in the way, actually. Let me just quickly check. Am I in the way? Can you see that? You can. Paderborn and Paderborn and Bayer Leverkusen in the space of 3 days for Mönchengladbach. And then, after that, it's just 3 days till the final game of the season against Hertha Berlin as well. So Leverkusen have 3 games in 6... Oh, sorry, Mönchengladbach have 3 games in 6 days. Mainz, do me a favour. Although I need to make sure we beat Frankfurt first as well. This roller coaster continues. Kevin Trapp in goal for Frankfurt. 3 at the back. Hinteregger, Elvedi and Hasabi, with Kursat holding as he was last time we played them. Kostic, Skasinovic, Sau and Balde Keita with Pacienza and Bas Dost up top. Don't know what to expect from this one. Frankfurt, always difficult to play against. We thought that, well, to be fair, I was going to say, but we thought that about Leverkusen. Leverkusen were hard to play against. It just so happened that we got so lucky that every single shot we had went in. I might need similar levels of luck to shake off Eintracht Frankfurt here. And with Werder Bremen still winning games, and Mönchengladbach, yes, they have a number of games in short succession, but they have plenty of opportunities to pick up points. I'm going to need as many as I can get from the remaining 2, 6 preferably, to give us the best possible chance of finishing in that European spot. Bas Dost looks like your 55-year-old geography teacher out on the pitch right now, but he's going to be dangerous throughout the entirety of this game. Balde Keita into the middle, and Jorge Mera heads away. Florian Kainz does well to win that header. Kor does well to win that one, and Bas Dost arrives. Balde Keita, the ball back there to Musa Sau? It's not Musa Sau, is it? It's a different Sau. But we hold firm for the opening 10 minutes. Balde Keita still coming at me though. Here's Sau, or So apparently. So, or Sau. Balde Keita. Cross maybe, drop of the shoulder. Cross maybe, drop of the shoulder. No cross, Jonas Hector's in the way. Forward there to Paciencia. Lovely ball down the line there for Balde Keita. And floated towards the back post. Skasinovic. Oh, it's side netting. Saw the net rustling. And I thought it had gone in, but thankfully it was wide. It's the closest either side had come to a goal in the 20th minute. Kainz down the left. Lovely dart inside. Look for Rafael out. And then the ball through for Verstraete. Back to Kainz. Early cross. Verstraete again. Leao. Oh, blocked well. Just waiting for the chance on goal to come there. Skiri will deliver the ball into the middle. And Kur heads away. Both sides defensively firm thus far. Skiri back. Forward. Back. Forward. Oh. That would be a goal of the season. Absolutely cracking strike from Schaub. Driven hard and low. That would be Bastost's or Kors. Verstraete. He scored a worldie already this season. Oh, how's that found Rafael Leao? Is he onside? He is. And the ball might yet cross the line, but it's going to trickle wide for a goal kick. How have we not forced that over the line then? Just bounces off Jonas Hector now. Anton's having to be drawn out of position in a central area, but Jorge Mera's there, thankfully. Win this, please. Well done, Verstraete. Knock that back there to Skiri and forward to Schaub. Drop the shoulder. Leao's on his bike. Oh, and I might yet be able to play him through. Had to watch the line there, Leao. Poke that to Florian Kainz. Drill it into the middle. Leao tripped. Certain penalty. He's just about to sweep that home, or at least on target, with the keeper right in front of him. But Hasebe has thrown himself with that. And a straight red for the Frankfurt centre-back. Oh, wow. Frankfurt down to 10. David Abraham coming on for Pacienza. So they've taken a striker off and brought a centre-back on. Verstraete has the best pens. That's where we put the last penalty he took. Maybe we'll go the same place again. And buried. Frankfurt gifting us a 1-0 lead. And now their attacking abilities are worsened as they've taken a striker off to make up for the centre-back hole. They might have gifted us the win, let alone just that lead. Win that header, please. Well up, Jorge. He's done brilliantly there to rise up against Bastos. Verstraete forward to Schaub, looking for Rafael Leao, who's turned brilliantly, and he's finished numerous times from that position before, but not on this occasion. When we needed him to put it tops most, he's bent it round the post. Gasanovic lifted over the top. Brilliant ball to Balde Keita. Brilliant touch from Balde Keita as well. They might be one man short on the field, and one man short offensively, having taken a striker off, but... No! The geography teacher! Bastos, the man that looks 75, brings Frankfurt 10 men Frankfurt level. Crashed off the bar, and there was no way Dost wasn't winning that header. Right. We go again. Balde Keita. Run straight into Jonas Hector, thankfully. They're putting the pressure on. You can't really push that high, lads. No, they haven't. They've left their defensive line really deep. I was going to say, you can't push that high when you're a man down. But they've certainly still got men back in defensive positions. They are a man short this end of the field. That end of the field, with the substitution they made just after the red card, they're still at full strength. Although Rafael Leao, speaking of strength, doesn't care how many people you've got back there. He'll still score the goal. Köln 2. Leverkusen. No. Frankfurt 1. We're back in front again. Corner for Frankfurt. Filip Kostic delivers, and delivers well. And David Abraham is up. Oh, I've got a man stayed down hurt, playing everybody else on side. Thankfully, Jonas Hector wins that ball. But who is it? It's Skiri. He's hurt his knee, and that might seem out for not just the end of this season, but a chunk of next season too. Cozziello can come on in his place, and I will bring Drexler on for Schaub as well. Let's see. Yeah, that was an awkward fall. That was an awkward fall. I've got possession back. Hopefully I should just be able to run off with it, and I have been able to, considering we were in possession. Verstraete forward there to Drexler. Immediately involved. Leao. Still got numbers back here, Frankfurt. And just Bastos pushed forward on his own. He's away with a lovely first touch. That didn't quite go according to plan, but there's 17 minutes for us to hold on to our 2-1 lead. At half-time, I believe Werder Bremen were beating Mainz, which means if that's the case, if Werder Bremen beat Mainz and we win here, then Werder Bremen will be out of touch for us on the final day, regardless of what happens. Meaning that it would then be Borussia Mönchengladbach that we'd be chasing for that sixth spot, and not Werder Bremen. We'd still need to beat Werder Bremen, and we have to hope that Mönchengladbach drop points, but it would be a different opponent that we'd be trying to finish above. But we need to hope that we hold on to this win here and pray that Mainz have a massive second half against Werder Bremen. Otherwise, our job to finish 6th becomes a hell of a lot harder. Interrega into Gasanovic. Forward to Bastos, their goal scorer. Switched out wide here to Baldakete, who has 0 stamina remaining, but still causing me all the problems. Thankfully, Anton comes away with it there, not once, but twice. And that should see the game out. Right. What happened between Werder Bremen and Mainz? I believe it was 3-1 to Werder Bremen at half-time. That red card for Hasebe has really gifted us that victory, to be fair. Although, as you can see from the stats, actually, we dominated the game. But that's because they had 1 man less. It ended up 4-1 to Werder Bremen over Mainz. Oh, and I didn't look for Mönchengladbach's result. I'm not sure what's going to happen going into the final day. Skiri, oh, he's out for 7 months. Not only is he going to miss the beginning of next season, he's going to miss most of next season. It won't be easy. A safe return. We have options. We just wish him a safe return. That's a terrible injury. Well, that's going to shake things up for next season for sure. Well, on an unbeaten run. We have what it takes. I've seen that question multiple times in recent times. You managed to win a close match with a decisive goal in the second half. What do you think made the difference today? We were the better team. We had more men was the difference, but we were in the end the better team also. Mönchengladbach didn't play. Leverkusen in 5th are yet to play as well. So I'm going to show you the league table, and then I'm going to not show you the league table. I'll show you the league table as it looks now. I'm going to not show you the league table until after all of the games are played. So as things stand, we are level on points with Mönchengladbach, but our goal difference is much worse. We're a point behind Leverkusen, but our goal difference is much worse. We need Mönchengladbach and Leverkusen both to lose all of their remaining games, or at least draw 2. Leverkusen, oh no, only draw a maximum of 1. Leverkusen can only score 1 more point, otherwise we'll miss out on goal difference. Mönchengladbach can only score 2 more points, otherwise we'll miss out on goal difference. But we have to beat Werder Bremen to do that. Cordoba's, 7 months for Skiri. That's devastating. He's been such a good player for us. It's going to be out until at least Christmas. That's huge. That's really going to change things around next season with our plans in the transfer window. Right then, I'm now not going to show you the league table until after we've played the final game. Let's go. Havlenka in goal for Werder Bremen, Augustinson, Toprak, Moisander and Saravia at right back. Nuri, Shaheen, Davy Klaassen and Velkovic. They're playing that false 9 again. Milot, Rasica, Osako and Egerstein on the wing. It's win or bust. And even then it might still be bust. Win at least. Corner for Werder Bremen. Taken short. Rasica. Oh, it's left me standing there, hasn't he? Was that back to Osako. Toprak. He's not going to score from there. The last player, I think, on their team that they'd want to be taking a shot from the penalty area. Or penalty spot even. Jonas Hector going to get away. And Verstraete will get that to Florian Kainz. Now I need you to make me run, please, Raphael. Not just stand there. Come on. You've been brilliant at making runs recently. Oh, it's foul. Overly physical. Overly physical. Let's see what we can do. Oh, it's a bit too far out to shoot, isn't it? Florian Kainz will take that short. Schindler. Oh, it's Jorge Mera. No, I wanted that to be someone like Verstraete that I could just give that good old thwack with. Ah, never mind. Oh, maybe yet. Schindler in the box. And 1-0 Köln! Yeah, come on, boys! It's still going! The dream still lives! Lay that back there to Cotsiello. Leao's there again. Arriving on the outside is Verstrata, and we'll look for Leao again. Oh, David Klaassen with a great interception. And then Toprak just gets rid. Could have been a foul there, actually, as he was clearing that away. We definitely knocked him to ground. Good touch by Ahizibwe. And Cotsiello will play this around in little triangles, try and work. Goal scoring opportunity, Schau, but not going to be able to do anything there. But it's a great turn on to his left, off the post. We've hit the post so much recently. Oh, thankfully, it hasn't cost us results. Not that I can recall anyway, but Velkovic will clear this away. And now, actually, might be on the counter-attack. Asako, going for a big switch out to Milot Rasitsa, who's going to be hard to catch when he gets going. He's got him going, and we haven't caught him. Oh, and he's gone past the Ahizibwe. He's going to pull this back. I'm sure good save by Timo Horn. Down the line there to Milot Rasitsa. Augustinsson. Osako, come on. Let's keep them out, please. Shaheen. Klaassen finish from Davy Klaassen. First time on the turn. Werder Bremen 1. FC Köln 1. I was really cleanly struck by Davy. Just sidestepping all the way across the box and then thumped home. It's a good goal. It's not what we needed. 1-2 with Osako and Davy Klaassen. And around the corner here to Rashica. Osako. Augustinsson is the man on the edge of the box waiting for it. There it is. Nuri Shaheen on his left. Good save, Timo Horn. Hi, 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 hi. Cross to come in from Nuri Shaheen from the corner. Win that header. Just trying to hold on until half-time here. Trying to hold on to our entire season. Nuri Shaheen offside. We will hold on for now. Free kick for Werder Bremen. Rashica to take it. Floating towards the box. Wow. What a free kick that was. I'd switched off. My entire defence had switched off. I just hit Timo Horn and out for a corner. Unreal. What a touch by David Klaassen and Nuri Shaheen with the triple step overs. Thinking it's Cristiano. Here's Rashica back to Saravia. And the right back pulls it past the post. Oysander forward into Asako. Shaheen. Eggerstein. Oh, good drop for the shoulder from Johannes. Back there to Nuri Shaheen. I'm trying to show him onto his right because he's heavily left-footed. Saravia, Velkovic deflected and trickling wide of the post for a corner. I'm looking more like conceding than I am scoring in this second half. Nuri Shaheen goes off. Eggerstein will deliver the corner. It's Leon Bittencourt that's come on for them, the former Dortmund man. Toprak back there to Saravia. Bittencourt into Velkovic. Oh, and he's gone in. Strike from Velkovic. Flying into the top corner. He's quite offset. He's a long way away from that post. Outside of the post. And I'll be honest, slightly frustrated my keeper for conceding that. I thought I'd forced him well enough away from goals. Really, really heartbreaking to concede that goal. Hope, if things stay as is, which they probably will, or at the very least I don't think we'll be scoring two. Our hope is maybe in the potential winner of the Deutsche Pokal for European football. If the winner of the Deutsche Pokal is already qualified for, or rephrase, or if both finalists of the Deutsche Pokal are already qualified for Europe, does 7th place in the league get that European spot? I genuinely don't know. Or if it's just the winner that's in European football. Does 7th place in the league get that European spot? Or is it the runner-up? I have absolutely no idea. But it does look like we're going to, well, at the very least, not win this game against Werder Bremen. But ever likely lose this game against Werder Bremen. And if winning this game would have given us 6th, it would be absolutely devastated. Bistrata across to Florian Kainz. In there to Rafael Leao. Across to Schaub. Can't get there. And they're working it away well. 5 minutes to go. 5 minutes left of the season. But what will that season earn us? We don't know at this stage why you've played that towards Kainz, not Rafael Leao. I've no idea. Or why it's locked on to Kainz and not Rafael Leao. I don't know. Given away again. The hunt for an equaliser still continues. Schaub to Cozziello. There's Rafael Leao. The hunt for an equaliser still continues. Continues. Is over. Oh, man. Werder Bremen, the better team, has to be said. I'm not the guy. Oh, I got hammered, didn't I? This isn't the channel where I fake results to try and get the favourable outcome. We get what we're given. And what we were given there was a battering. And actually, Werder Bremen and Mönchengladbach and Leverkusen all won their remaining games. So, despite being level on points with Mönchengladbach and only a point behind Leverkusen, we actually end up 6 and 7 points behind them because of those games in hand. 7th place is what we get for FC Köln this season. We'll do a season roundup here at the end. So if this is all you're going to watch, then thank you very much for watching. Make sure you've dropped the video a like and make sure you're subscribed for tomorrow's episode 1 of season 2. We'll have a full season roundup now. Have a look at the competitions that we were involved in, the other large competitions around Europe, and see how everything went down there and have a think about what we're going to do next year transfer-wise. Congratulations to Dortmund, though, winners of the Bundesliga by 4 points, winning 28 of their 34 games. 88 points, the winning tally. Not quite as one-sided as we've seen in other career mode saves previously. In the Pokal, it's Werder Bremen and Leverkusen that are in the final, both of which have gotten European football. 4th and 5th. So you guys will have to let me know in the comments. I'm going to go and record episode 1 of season 2 after this, and I'll know for sure then. Does that mean we might be in the playoffs or even in the group stage for the Europa League next year via our 7th placed finish? Because both finalists are in European football already. I don't know. The relegation match will be between Augsburg and someone else. Whoever finishes 3rd in the Bundesliga 2. Union Berlin are relegated. Paderborn, 5 points all season. Desperate season for them. 5 draws. No, they didn't win a single game all year long. In the Champions League, in fact, we're not going to have those competitions finalised yet. So I'll advance until the end of the season. Then we can have a full season round up there. Chicos sold to Watford for £5.8 million. We'll get that money at the beginning of the next season. And 67.9 million, basically £68 million, will earn from the winnings from our league finish. We shall continue to train each week until we get to the end of the season. And actually, what we'll think about doing is, now that I've just remembered, no, transfer hub, please. Transfer hub, please. Raman, his loan spell. Can I approach to sign him still? No, his loan spell should end on the final day. So what I'll do is I won't. I'll go week by week, but I'll stop on the 29th. We'll go week by week. We'll train all the way. I'll stop on the 29th, and then we'll have a full season roundup and hopefully try and sign Raman on a free as well. Right then, here we are, 29th of June, the penultimate day of the FIFA season, and we'll have a look at those competitions now that will be completed everywhere. We might be able... No, still won't let me sign Raman. So unfortunately that's not going to be something that I can do. We did receive in the time between where you last saw and now an offer for Anthony Modesta of 13.5 million that I was able to negotiate to 15 million from Minnesota United FC. But he couldn't agree contract terms with them. So Anthony Modesta is still here. As soon as that offer came in, my eyes lit up. I was like, you're going to give me how much for a 32-year-old? All right, but they couldn't agree contract terms, so rip. Right, we can now see who won the Champions League, and that was Atletico Madrid by 3-2 against FC Bayern München. And in the Europa League, Barcelona beat Borussia Mönchengladbach by 3-0. Barcelona in the Europa League winning 3-0. No surprise, they battered everyone on their way, I would imagine. Yes, Wolfsburg 8-0 over the course of 2 legs. Roma 5-2 over the course of 2 legs. Where are they? Barcelona. 5-0, 8-0 over 2 legs against Trabzonspor in the group stage. Obviously, they'll have come down from the Champions League. At the Euros, currently Euro 2020, because it's licensed now with a realism mod. Spain topping their group. England through as well. Still waiting for the rest of the group stage to be completed. Germany, Belgium, Switzerland. Well, Germany, Belgium are through there, aren't they? Italy are through there, and then you would imagine the Netherlands are through too. And then France and Austria, well, France and one of Austria or Sweden, actually. That one's going to go right down to the final game. But England through. Pleased to see that, obviously, as an England fan. We'll have a look at a couple of the other big leagues around Europe, see how everything else went on there. And actually, I need to have a look at that relegation match as well, don't I? In the Premier League, Liverpool get 105 points to finish above Manchester City on 103 points. Spurs on 93, Chelsea on 90. Then Man United down in 5th, Arsenal 6th. Relegated from the Premier League are Norwich, Brighton and Sheffield United. You're currently 5th in real life, which is remarkable. In the Championship, coming up are Cardiff City and Fulham, and then one of West Brom, Forest, Middlesbrough or Leeds. Relegated are Barnsley, Luton and Wigan. Up from League One, Sunderland and Ipswich, with Rotherham, Portsmouth, MK Dons and Oxford in the playoffs. Thankfully, Peterborough missed out. Wimbledon, Tranmere, Accrington and Bury relegated. Bury on 8 points. And then in League 2, Bradford, Salford City and Oldham Athletic getting automatic promotion. Then Scunthorpe, Mansfield, Colchester and Plymouth in the playoffs. For me, Cambridge United finished 17th and relegated would have been Grimsby and Macclesfield. Moving into the other larger leagues around Europe, well, PSG won all but one game. We'll have a word with Pfeiffer about that. 112 points from a possible 115. They conceded 2 goals in 38 games. It will definitely have a word with Pfeiffer about that. In the Bundesliga 2, Hamburg come back up, as do Stuttgart. And I'm not sure who won out of Hanover and Augsburg in the relegation playoff. We'll find out momentarily. In Serie A, Juventus win 36 of their 38 games and win that league. Napoli 2nd, Roma 3rd into 4th. And then in Spain, La Liga Santander, Barcelona top of the table by a point ahead of Real Madrid. Atleti 3rd, Valencia a long way back in 4th. Right, let's have a look and see who won the relegation playoff, relegation match. And it's Hanover that will get promoted and Augsburg will be relegated. Hanover come up to the Bundesliga for next season. Congratulations to them. They will join us in the top flight next year. We, as of yet, still don't know if we're going to be in Europe or not. How did we do, or how did the players do overall with their growth this season? Let's see. Scott up 2 and Bartel's up 3 out on loan. Kessler's down 1. His contract will expire. He's gone. Van der Linden hasn't grown overall yet, but his stats are improving. And Kral is up 4 to 62. Timo Horn up 2 to 82, without training, of course. And then Janus Horn is up 1 to 70. I don't know if they're related or not. I wouldn't even like to guess. You guys will let me know, of course. Jonas Hector, no growth from him, but crucially no decline either. Actually, there is a little bit of decline. Heading accuracy went down 1. But hopefully, because he had such a solid season for us, hopefully dynamic potential will mean that his stats will stay slightly higher rather than drop. Ismail Jacobs up 2. Katterbach up 5. That's without training. Noah Katterbach flying. Absolutely flying. Wow, that's pleasing to see. Kiros up 2 out on loan. Similarly, Sørensen. Jorge Mera up 3. Delighted with his performances this season. Chicos will be leaving us, so we don't care about him. Bornau up 3 with training. Anton up 3 without training. Great signing he turned out to be for us. 36 games played this season. He's away up 3. Acceleration improving. Technically very much getting better. with training, of course. Bader, out on loan, no growth. Benno Schmitz, up 1 to 72. It's a player that I could utilise at centre-back more so than anywhere else. Verstraete, up 1 to 75. He was very impressive, actually, in the games that he came in and played. Skiri, unfortunately, out for 7 months now. It's a real disappointment to lose him. Great all-round player, but up 1 to 79 for him. I had to call up a couple of the young players, Van der Linden and Louis Schwartz, as they just wanted to leave, or wanted to get called up, otherwise they were going to leave. 5-star weak foot for Louis Schwartz, though, which is great to see. CDM or centre-back, although at 5'9", it's going to be CDM. 3-star skills, 5-star weak foot. Great promise for him. Hopefully he can improve. I might start training these youth players next season rather than my real-life players, if you would agree, and let dynamic potential take over. Darko Cherlinov, we've been training him, and he's up to 64, up to Florian Kainz, no growth for him at all. 4 goals in 34 Bundesliga games. He played every single game for me. Özcan is up 2, out on loan. Kotziello is up 4, with training, of course. Physically doing very well indeed. Drexler, no massive decline for him, despite minimal football, so hopefully he can continue to be a factor for us for a little bit while longer. Louis Schaub is up 2 to 77. Certainly improved as the season went on, it has to be said. Ostrak up 3, out on loan. Hauptmann up 1. Risser, I'll be adding him to the transfer list. I don't want to use him next year. Clemens, little bit of growth from him, but barely played any game. Well, played 1 game for me. Haase, out on loan, up 2, although with training as well, of course. Whoa, 79 to 90 acceleration. Right, he's going to be worthwhile then if we train his technicals next season. Schindler up 1, out on loan. Schindler just up 1. Podolski down 1 since we brought him. I'm hoping dynamic potential will take over and we can try and extend his career slightly longer. Cordoba, I'm not sure what to do with him. I may sell him next year. He's worth 12.5 million. 27 years of age. Scored 8 goals in 22 games with 5 assists, but I just didn't get on with him. Anthony Modesta, no decline for him. Actually, a little bit of decline for him. No overall decline for him. 1 goal in 6 games in the Bundesliga. Rafael Leal, though, up 2. And I would certainly like to make him a permanent signing next year if I can afford him. 31 million. 9 goals and 5 assists in 16 games. Certainly our best offensive player. Delighted with his growth this season. Delighted with him overall in that short loan spell. And I may just have to look to loan him again. With regards to what the board wanted from us, we were able to achieve a couple more objectives after ending the season. We called up all of the youth academy players that the board wanted me to do, which is great. We achieved both of those. We didn't sign a crucial first team player to a forward position. Unfortunately, that had to be a permanent signing, not a loan. Obviously, otherwise Rafael Leao would have counted. £15.1 million was earned through shirt sales, though we weren't able to do the financial one. Reduced play wages by £44.5 thousand a week. If you count the players that are going to leave us at the end of the season, then we might have done that, but unfortunately we weren't able to with the loanee signings, then upping our wage bill. Domestic success, though, we were bang on with both. Round of 16 rather than the round of 32 in the Pokal, so we achieved that. And then obviously we wanted a mid-table finish and we came 7th in the Bundesliga this year. So overall, actually let's quickly show you the youth players that we have left over in the academy. We have Yannick Diekman, 70 to 96 potential, 6'4". It's going to be a centre-back, not a right-back for sure. Lucas De Witt, still 58, 83 to 96 potential currently. Do let me know in the comment section where you think I should start training these youngsters. As in the 14-year-olds. 80 to 92 potential for Eustace Brandt now, so that's looking more and more positive by the day. And Frank Bachmann, 73 to 85, that's looking less and less positive by the day. But his physicals are okay, so if I could train his technicals, then he could be very effective at CDM. Considering his stand tackle and slide tackle already 64, so you know he could be not that high rated, but still very effective in a CDM role. We'll wait and see what you guys reckon I should do in those positions. We will, or in theory we should, this is the first time I've ended a season with the realism mod, we should carry all of the money across to next year. So I'll put it all into the transfer budget, £6.2 million. We should be taking that across as a minimum, and then we'll wait and see what happens outside of that. But that's going to be the end of this season. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed Season 1 at FC Köln. Fingers crossed you'll continue to enjoy Season 2 at FC Köln. And I genuinely don't know, without having done some research or heard from you guys, whether we will or will not have European football next season. All we know is that this was a pretty intense season finale. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I'll see you tomorrow with episode 1 of Season 2. Don't miss it.